The main plot of Outlander Season 8, Episode 4, Muskets, Liberty, and Sauerkraut, centers on the growing hostilities at Fraser's Ridge as the MacKenzies and Frasers get ready for the impending Revolutionary War. The war reaches the Ridge. The Frasers now had to face with the realities of approaching combat after Captain Cunningham disclosed his conviction in his own invincibility in the last episode. The residents of the Ridge are followed throughout the episode as they plan their defense. Jaime's decision. Jaime was offered the chance to assist the king in declaring victory in exchange for putting an end to the violence at the end of the previous episode. Episode 4 examines his struggle with this choice in light of Frank's book's prophecy that he will perish at the Battle of King's Mountain in a year. Roger and the Gold. The title's mention of Sauerkraut alludes to a plot in which Roger Mackenzie conceals gold from people looking for the buried Jacobite treasure by stuffing it into barrels and disguising it with sauerkraut. William's investigation. William Ransom continues his frantic quest for the truth about what happened to his cousin and the deceitful Captain Richardson after learning that the man interred in his cousin Benjamin's grave was not, in fact, Ben. The Faith mystery. The season still struggles with the startling discovery that Faith, Claire and Jaime's daughter, may have survived and lived in France despite their belief that she died as a stillborn. Jaime and Claire are still experiencing a great deal of emotional conflict as a result of this revelation. The legacy of Frank. This season, Frank Randall is still a ghost in the walls presence. The knowledge that Frank studied him and foresaw his demise continues to greatly disturb Jaime, causing him to become more envious and tense about Claire's 20th century past.
Revealed that Captain Charles Cunningham, Kieran Boo, is a Freemason after he wanders up to Jaime and Roger. The three scramble as they talk of setting up a lodge on the ridge to host formal meetings after hearing many gunshots. Abruptly, Jaime storms into Claire's, Katrina Balfe, operating room and carefully sets Amy down on the table. Claire quickly evaluates Amy's injuries before making serious eye contact with Jaime. She is powerless to save the woman. To Bree's dismay, Amy's husband storms through the door and leads her two sons into the operating room. A child shouldn't witness their mother in that condition. Sadly, everyone is aware of how serious these final moments are, and Amy's husband promises his dying wife that he will protect her boys. Amy draws her final breath while Roger prays. Finding and eliminating the bear is, of course, the next priority. In order to exact revenge on his mother, Jaime wants the eldest boy to accompany them. He even provides him advice on how to hurt a bear before taking it. We are giving this child a weapon even though he can't be older than 10. Living in the past would not have allowed me to survive. When our courageous hunting group hears another gunshot, everyone's attention is drawn to Captain Cunningham, who is standing over a grisly carcass. After hearing Bree's gunshot, Cunningham tracked the bear right away because he thought there were enough people assisting Amy. He describes the bear as a formidable foe, laments Amy's passing, and is relieved to inform her son that his mother has been exacted revenge. Returning to the house, Mrs. Cunningham, Frances Tomelty, enters the operating room with Amy's shroud and starts assisting Claire with burial preparations. At first, Claire was shocked that this busybody had taken on the position of her official assistant without being asked. Claire then asked Amy why, given her youth, she had already had a shroud made. Mrs. Cunningham deadpans that she ought to start sleeping in hers because she is so ancient. She then rushes off to fetch some hot water. Does Mrs. Cunningham have a sense of humor? Are we fond of her? What do we think of her Christian name? Did you hear the name Elspeth for the first time? There's a wedding celebration in Philadelphia while Claire and Elspeth try to figure out the best way to sew up Amy's face. Mercy, Gloria Obiano, and Harry Jarvis, are married. And on this auspicious occasion, William, Charles Vandervaart, announces the death of Henry's brother Benjamin. P.S. He is married and has a child. After that shocking revelation, I'm not sure how Henry's honeymoon will proceed, but William says he will investigate and report back. The captain confirms that there was a jail fever outbreak when William rides to the camp where Benjamin died while being held. Additional than a badly marked burial, there are no additional details. William requests Benjamin's possessions after offering a pile of dirt and telling Benjamin's son about his bravery. William's spidey senses begin to twitch when the man informs him that he is sad to learn that Benjamin passed away after his condition had much improved. This man claims that Benjamin died overnight and was buried by morning. William looks in the red coat pocket to see if Benjamin's small army man trinket, a lucky charm he carried about all the time, is securely tucked away. Nothing. Before we know it, William is going off in the middle of the night to excavate his cousin's tomb. And from the hole, he discovers another man peering back at him. William is working on a project. To literally crawl out of his own hole, this is exactly what he needs. All I can hope is that he discovers Benjamin alive. Otherwise, with Jane's passing on his conscience, we are just where we began. Back on the ridge, everyone is focused on the birth of Rachel and young Ian's, John Bell, bouncing newborn boy, so nobody has time to grieve Amy's passing. When Ian gets there, he frantically forces a pelt into Claire's hands and requests that she wrap the infant in the fluffy blanket. Ian will take care of that on his own, she says with a sneer. Tell me that pelt wasn't Rollo, please, please. Jamie is discovered in the woodshed by a guy named Benjamin Cleveland, Tullow Convery, the following day. When Jamie hears the same name that Frank mentioned in his book, he stops. To safeguard the families and properties on the mountain, Cleveland tells Jamie that he is organizing a militia. In addition, he freely acknowledges that he was the one who, in punishment for being a Tory, hanged up 3 guys in a tree. Cleveland promptly reports that Captain Cunningham, a Tory, resides on Jamie's property. Jamie quickly responds by saying that he personally rejected George Washington. He will deal with Captain Cunningham and will not be enlisting in the militia. Thus, Jamie is Frank's version of James Fraser. Additionally, it seems that Captain Cunningham might be dangerous, but who can be certain? Roger inquires as to whether he is included in the book after Jamie shares the exchange with Claire and Roger. It's strange that Jamie claims he doesn't know any names in the book since he can't envision not fighting alongside his troops. Claire is irritated. Frank never brought up the research during their 20 years of cohabitation. In fact, before he would take her back and assist in raising Bree, he made her swear not to search for Jamie. He was looking for Jamie himself the entire time. A spade is a spade, according to Jamie. Perhaps he was trying to locate Claire by looking for Jamie. To learn more about Cunningham, the boys go to the lodge. When Cunningham gets up to tell the Brotherhood that he lost his son at Saratoga, it's convenient. As he informed his father that he would see him again in 7 years, he felt him die and then saw the light return to his eyes. Cunningham declares to the whole assembly that death does not destroy the soul. And that before that day, he won't experience death himself. He will thereby make good use of his time and respond to God's call. What Cunningham believes God has called him to do is still up for debate. And how do you deal with a man who believes he is immortal?